Hey, welcome to Gear Jammer Garage. Been doing a lot of work on the truck off camera, and I'll go over that in a bit. But right now, thought I'd make a quick video on installing the relay for these electric fans. What time is it? I thought it was just a little after midnight. It's 12:30, so can't use any tools or run the compressor or anything, but this won't make too much noise and it's not too difficult. The yellow wire on the relay goes to the battery, so I kind of have that just laying this way. I'm gonna hook it up to there with the fuse that comes in the kit. The red wire here goes to the fans, and I zip tied the fans, the wiring to the shroud here and here, and I have the pigtails there in the dashboard in the truck. The orange wire goes to an ignition source, 12 volt. When you open the key, it gets power. And then the gray wire goes to the switch. I have it mounted here in the head, and that's where the factory sensor goes. This is a Gen 6 454 out of a 98 Chevy truck. So the gray wire will go to that. And then I'm gonna splice in a ground, and I'll put that in the cab with a toggle switch. I already ran the wire for that. And that's just a manual override. If you're gonna be stuck in traffic or climb a steep grade or something, and you wanna kick the fans on manually before it gets hot enough, or you're towing or whatever, or just if you wanna just have them on for whatever reason, there'll be a toggle switch in the cab that I could do that with, and whether the switch tells the fans to turn on or off, it won't matter because you could do it with the toggle switch. That is a 185 degree switch, and my thermostat is a 165. So just to give you an idea of what the temperatures might be, though I haven't driven this thing, so I don't know. Yeah, that's it. I'm thinking about mounting the relay here and then run the wiring maybe behind the fender and then into the cab, even though I gotta get a wire to that switch. But I don't know how much room I have because my headers aren't in. Well, let's talk about that. I took the headers out so that I could wrap them. I just have them hanging here in the back of the garage, and I haven't put them back in because I gotta bleed the brakes, and I changed a lot of the brake lines to stainless steel, including this back one here. And some of the fittings are leaking right now, so when I bleed the brakes, I'm gonna address all of that. And some of that stuff is behind where the headers go up front, so that's why I left them out. I did get my brakes and bearings done, shoes and everything's new. I've also done some work in the cab. Tomorrow I'll probably start doing the interior. I've finished the gauges. By now I think that video should be out, but I had to order this, and I changed the light switch. I had to order this knob here, and I changed the wiper switch. Wiper switch is kind of hard to find. I got that from Classic Industries. The headlight switch, I got it from Rock Auto. It's a AC Delco. This one is, I don't know what brand it is, but it's from Classic Industries, where the choke used to be. I have a new bezel, and then this button is for the speed on the gauges. I think the battery's plugged in. Yeah, I just plugged the battery in, so it says it's 12. I also put the clear dome light lens. So it's coming along, but let's get this wiring in for the relay and the fans and knock that off the list. Oh, I also got these. When you work on these, this whole section here is open and tools, well, I leave tools on here all the time and they keep falling in. This actually will prevent that, and it looks pretty cool. Got that from LMC. It's real simple to do. You do one side at a time. You take these bolts out. You take out the old hood bumper. Oh, this is new too. I also got that from LMC. It's only a couple of bucks. Take that out, it just kind of sits in place. You hand tighten this. You put this rubber piece back here. Then, I mean, without this in here, without this in place, you could stick your hand in there because there's this bracket that's on the side and move it around if you have to. Get these bolts done, and then that's done. Same thing on this side. Hand tighten this, put the rubber piece in, and this side only has 2 bolts because there's a bracket over here for the hood release. So I'm gonna set the camera on here and I'll knock this out. I got the battery charging for now, so I can test this in a bit. So these connectors here that come with the kit, they don't have any clips. So what I did is I just added a zip tie, spread the wires on the side. Then you can add the zip tie just to keep it from disconnecting. Ran it over here, grounded to here. I got my Dremel out and I grinded off some of the paint, and then I put a soft tapping screw. And while I was at it, I just added this ground that I don't really need, but it's connected to this. It's for the headlight harness, and this is already grounded, but I figured might as well connect it. Doesn't hurt to have too many grounds. I connected the 2 fans together like it says in the instructions to the single wire coming from the battery. I found a 12 volts ignition source here at the factory connector for the voltage regulator. It's the brown wire. I think these 2 go to the old alternator. This one goes to the battery at all times, and then this one's ignition. And I think it's a little brown wire. I think this one's for the gauge, the amp meter or ammeter. So That's fine. The relay is not going to pull that much power. The power's coming from the battery. And then I ran the yellow wire along the this piece with the rest of the harness, with the truck's harness. I mounted the relay here. And then I ran the wires underneath the fender to over here. This gray one is for the switch. I might have to make adjustments once the headers are in, so I don't know how that's gonna go, but then I have this one going inside. This is gonna be a ground that I'll tap into this gray wire here. Then in the cab, I found this hole. I guess somebody already drilled it. I don't know. They don't look factory, but the toggle switch fits in there. So I made this little wire here. The one with the eyelet will go to ground, and then that'll go to the toggle switch. And this is the one coming from under the hood. So I'll just hook that up to there, and it's just a ground circuit. And I'll ground it to this here. Oh, the flasher that I'm using, I don't know if you can see it, is electronic, so that the flasher itself needs ground, and I just grounded it to there. I might move it later, but for now, that's fine. So I'm gonna get all this installed, and then we'll test it. All right, I got the battery plugged in. I left extra wire here just in case I gotta move this in the future. So I don't want to cut this off. Like I said, the gray one here is going to the sensor. This one's, the black one's going inside into the toggle switch. And I just mounted the toggle switch here. So if I did everything right, once I have 12 volt ignition on, the fans should turn on. Cool. Cool. Well, that's gonna do it for today. It's 2:47 in the morning. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.